everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Lop Buri. We're about an hour and a half or so north of Bangkok, and we're going to take a look at kind of an interesting building to me. This is Wat San Paulo, and it's probably named after St. Paul, is what it would be in English. Anyway, there was a group of 12 Catholic priests, so these Jesuit priests that came here from France. They were part of the envoys from Louis XIV that came here with the Thai ambassador. And King Narai the Great donated this land here, and they built a 3-story observation tower here on this site in 1685 to 1687 or so. That's when they were erecting this building. And anyway, what's left is just a little bit of the wall, and it's kind of a way cool looking building. I've never seen one like this. Anyway, it's octagonal shaped, and it was 3 stories, and then it had a 2-story like dormitory around it for the the priests that were here. Back in the day, astronomy was a major science, and these priests came here and they were studying the stars and stuff like that. And this is influential for Thai science. It goes back to when King Narai observed a solar eclipse and a partial lunar eclipse. And he observed those from a place that's about 5 kilometers or so from here at the same time that these Jesuit priests saw the eclipse from here. So anyway, let's walk around and we'll look at this. There's not a whole lot to see. I just really like this site just because the building is unique. I've never seen one like this in Thailand. So let's see what we see. And the foundations here. So we got one dog here and another dog over there sleeping. And then the outer wall and the trees overgrowing this part. But when you come in, it's just surrounded by some houses. And then back over that way, if you go, that is where the old town of Lopburi is at. So right here, this is the foundations for the priest quarters. And this was Christian. It wasn't Buddhist, even though it has the name Wat. And then this is what is left of the observatory. And this was a tall building here. It would have been one of the tallest buildings in Lopburi. And it would have been quite cool. They could have set up their equipment here to observe the celestial bodies. And then these are more of the foundations and stuff like that for the priest quarters. And then there was supposed to be a cross, I guess it would have been out over that away. That was the foundation for a church, and I'm not sure if any of it is remaining. I almost fell off the stairs. So anyway, this was never completed. The tower itself was, but what happened was there was a coup where King Narai was replaced, and this whole area was abandoned. There was like an influential European that had kind of King Narai's ear, and the Thai nobles didn't like it. That they thought that he was too Western, and so they overthrew him. I think he was maybe poisoned. There's some speculation about that. But whenever he was removed, there was a little bit of power struggle, and all of this was abandoned. So the French envoys lost their influence and everything else. There's actually ambassador's palace. The guy that had his ear was like, I think he was maybe Dutch. And there was the ambassador residence where here in Lopburi, where you can see what that is like. He was Dutch or Portuguese, I can't remember exactly offhand. And so you can just see the bases of all of these buildings. The fine arts department came in here. There's some chickens over there scratching, and they removed the other walls that were here, leaving just this one. And they declared this like a national treasure, this building, and it just has part of the wall that you see, just a little bit of the plaster, a little bit of the like the brickwork with the plaster work right around there. But this is fantastic. I mean, this is a 3-story observation tower. And at the time, there would have been nothing this tall. This would have been just out here. There would have been some temples that the Chetties and stuff might have been fairly good sized, but this would have definitely stood out. All the locals would have seen it. And this would have been the whole center. And you can see there's another little building over here. Not sure what would have been in there. It would have been like a cistern or something like that. But how cool is this? Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to see. It just, stuff like this, you know, catches my fancy, and I like to come over here and take a look at it. You can see this building. Yeah, this is amazing to me. I really, really, really like this. Just to have been able to see this whenever it was in its glory would have been fantastic. Now you can see the trees growing over it. You can see here's the doors. And you see the top of the door right there? That is what they call the Lopburi styling. Looks like a lotus flower. And that would have been the 3rd door up on the very top. So this would have been taller yet than what you see. Now they've done some excavations here on this site. I'm not sure what that said. It might have said like Wat Sanpaolo. But anyway, they've dug up some artifacts that this predates the Ayutthaya kingdom. It goes back to the Lavo kingdom. So there was a Dawadi settlement here that was back pre-Thai. The Dawadi were in this area, then the Khmer, and then the Ayutthaya kingdom. So this is the whole site. Oh, it would have been just spectacular. If there was just unlimited money, they could come in here and restore this whole building. It would be fantastic, but it's still quite cool to see. And there's just the outer wall out there. So this would have been a whole compound. So you'd have had the priest quarters, all of their buildings, and then that outer wall. And I'm not sure what they would have done in here. So this is the whole thing. All right, guys, that's going to finish up our video over here at Wat Sanpaolo. This was a Christian church. It was, like I said at the start of the video, it was probably named the way the Thais pronounced St. Paul, which would have been in French. So they pronounced it San Paulo, and that's why that is the name of it. It's quite cool. It would have been really, really amazing to see back in the day whenever it was, you know, here to where you could actually use the astronomy equipment and see the stars. Now it's just foundations with the one little wall. It's just kind of to the south of the old town. So if you got a little bit to kill, a little bit of time to kill, come over here and walk around on this. It's unique. There's nothing else that I've seen like it. I've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, smash the like button. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you've been here, if you knew anything about it, let me know. Or if you know more about it than I do, I could be wrong. I might not know all the information. Yeah, tell me in a comment down below. That way other people that watch it, they might be able to learn a little bit from it also. And subscribe if you're new here. And until next time, from over here in Lopburi, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.